Welcome to Pete's world of poisonous plants. The countryside may look peaceful, but don't be fooled. Behind the rolling hills, babbling brooks and birdsong lies an arsenal of plants that are more dangerous than they appear. Today, we're taking a walk through Britain's countryside, and I'll show you the poisonous plants you're most likely to meet along the way, and how to avoid an accidental trip to A&E. Let's start with a big one, giant hogweed. Sounds impressive, doesn't it? Well, it's less giant vegetable and more giant nightmare. This towering plant can reach up to 5 meters high, with umbrella-shaped flower heads and blotchy purple stems. The sap contains chemicals that make your skin hypersensitive to sunlight. Touch it, and you'll soon find yourself with burns and blisters that can last for months, sometimes even years. So if you see what looks like a giant cow parsley on steroids, admire it from afar. Next up, hemlock. Yes, the same plant that did in the philosopher Socrates. It's deceptively delicate, with feathery leaves and tiny white flowers, but every part of it is laced with potent alkaloids. Just a small nibble can paralyze your muscles, including the one you rather need for breathing. Hemlock loves damp ditches and riverbanks, so watch where you let the dog sniff. Speaking of things with lovely names, let's talk about monkshood, also called wolfsbane. This one's a real medieval villain, used in arrow poisons and witchcraft. It's got striking purple, helmet-shaped flowers, but don't be tempted to pick a bunch. The alkaloids inside can slow your heart and cause death in fairly small doses. Even skin contact with the sap can make you tingly and numb. So if you see it growing on hillsides, look but don't touch. And then there's the classic villain of British folklore, deadly nightshade or belladonna. Glossy black berries lurking in shady woodland edges, looking suspiciously like black currants. Tempting to taste, but fatal in surprisingly small quantities. The toxins block nerve signals, leading to delirium, hallucinations, and, if you're unlucky, a permanent dirt nap. Children have died mistaking the berries for something edible, so remember, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Another sneaky culprit is foxglove. Now, I know I mentioned foxgloves before in the garden, but they're also very common in the wild, and just as deadly. Tall spires of pink and purple flowers, buzzing with bees. But inside, cardiac glycosides that can stop your heart. The irony, of course, is that modern medicine uses these very toxins in tiny controlled doses to treat heart conditions. Too much, though, and you'll wish you'd left the countryside walk for another day. So how do you keep yourself safe while out enjoying nature? Here are some simple rules. Don't eat wild plants unless you're absolutely certain what they are. And no, it looks like parsley isn't certain. Keep children and pets close. They're the most likely to grab berries or chew leaves. Wear long sleeves and trousers if walking through areas with tall plants like hogweed. And if you do come into contact with something suspicious, wash it off immediately and seek medical help if symptoms appear. The British countryside is full of beauty, but it has a darker side that's kept storytellers, herbalists and poisoners busy for centuries. Enjoy the scenery. Just give the poisonous plants the respect they deserve. Thanks for joining me on this deadly little ramble. If you've enjoyed today's stroll, give the video a like, subscribe for more tales of toxic greenery, and remember, the next time you go for a walk in the countryside, don't just watch your step. Watch the plants too.